Caitlin Clark sneakers just sold out 10 damn minutes. Caitlin Clark shoes sold out within 10 damn minutes.
These shoes sold out so fast. I don't know how many they made. It says they sold out in minutes.
Nike releases her own signature shoe. This is the Caitlin Clark effect.
I mean, Caitlin Clark is just, she's changing women's sports and women's basketball.
So Caitlin Clark signature PE Kobe.
Caitlin Clark just delivered a devastating blow to the entire league establishment, and A'ja Wilson's reaction will leave you speechless. This isn't just about basketball anymore. This is about power, jealousy, and a controversy that's about to explode across sports media. If you're not ready for the truth about what's really happening behind the scenes in women's basketball, click away now, because what I'm about to reveal will change how you see the WNBA forever.
9 from the floor and is not taking a free throw attempt. There's her second field goal.
She looks up into the sky.
High percentage shooter. And here she is out on Caitlin, who shoots over her and hits a 3. You saw her do it over Brianna Stewart.
Let's start with what happened Tuesday night that sent shockwaves through the WNBA. The Indiana Fever just won their first ever Commissioner's Cup, defeating the Minnesota Lynx without their injured superstar Caitlin Clark on the court. But here's where it gets explosive. During the post-game celebration, Caitlin Clark dropped a bombshell that has league executives screaming. On Instagram Live, surrounded by champagne and her victorious teammates, Clark looked straight into the camera and said something that will make Commissioner Cathy Engelbert's blood boil. "You get more money for this than you do if you're the WNBA Finals champion. It makes no sense. Someone tell Cathy Engelbert to help us out."
Caitlin Clark sneakers just sold out 10 damn minutes.
It opened at 10 a.m. Eastern time and closed within a few minutes. From there, it was a drawing.
Yesterday sold out her shoe in 10 minutes, according to reports.
These are going for nothing in comparison to what Caitlin.
Did you hear that? The league's biggest star just called out the commissioner BY name on live television. Clark even mockingly referred to the tournament as the Cathy Cup. This wasn't just criticism. This was a declaration of war. Here's what's really happening. Commissioner's Cup winners get up to $30,000, 0 cents each, while WNBA Finals champions only get $20,825, 0 cents. Clark just exposed the league's backwards priorities to millions of fans. But that's not even the most shocking part. While Clark was making headlines for calling out the league, something unprecedented happened in the sneaker world that has A'ja Wilson absolutely devastated. Caitlin Clark's Nike Kobe PE shoes were released yesterday morning at 10 a.m. Eastern. Want to know how long they lasted? 10 minutes? 10 damn minutes, and they were completely sold out. But here's what's making A'ja Wilson sick to her stomach. Let's look at the numbers that are embarrassing the so-called face of the league. Caitlin Clark's shoes sold out in 10 minutes, reselling for $400, 0 cents, $500, 0 cents. A'ja Wilson's shoes still sitting on shelves at $120, 0 cents, $149, 0 cents. Country.
With Caitlin and her status, just how did she look? How did she feel today during shoot-around? And is she making progress and getting closer to playing?
She's making progress. You know, I think, again, top of mind, I think I told you this afternoon, is just long-term. You know, making sure that we don't have any setbacks. You know, making progress and feeling good are two different things. And we want to make sure that she feels good. We want to make sure that she's confident. We want to make sure that we're not putting her in a position to have any setbacks. And that's the priority.
This isn't just about shoes, people. This is about cultural dominance. Only 13,000 pairs of Clark's shoes were made, and they still outsold every other WNBA player's entire line. Meanwhile, A'ja Wilson's shoes? You can walk into any store and find them at retail price. That's not brand power. That's brand failure. And here's the kicker. Clark didn't even get her own signature shoe. These were Kobe PE editions, and she still dominated the market. When's the last time you saw any WNBA player get a Kobe collaboration? Never. because Kobe's family doesn't just hand out his legacy to anybody. Sources close to AJ Wilson say she's devastated by these numbers. All those Nike campaigns, all those endorsements, all that marketing, and she can't even move sneakers like Clark moves them without trying.
Hey, Fever, good luck. I miss you.
But the shoe sellout is just the tip of the iceberg. The real controversy exploded when the WNBA All-Star voting results were announced. Caitlin Clark got the most fan votes, nearly 1.3 million votes, but here's what has Dick Vitale and fans furious. Her fellow WNBA players ranked her as the NTH best guard in the league. Dick Vitale didn't hold back, calling it pure jealousy, and he's absolutely right. These players are watching Clark fill their arenas with sold-out crowds, get them chartered planes instead of commercial flights, increase their salaries across the board, boost TV ratings to historic levels. And how do they repay her? By ranking her 9th among guards out of spite. Let's put this in perspective. In 2023, before Clark entered the league, A'ja Wilson led All-Star voting with just under 96,000 votes. Clark got 1.3 million. That's a 13-fold increase in fan engagement in just 2 years.
AJ Wilson and Caitlin Clark lead voting with a combined 400,000 plus votes for the WNBA All-Star game.
But the players in the league can't stand it. They can't stand that a rookie is bringing more attention to their sport than they ever could. They can't stand that Clark is the reason their paychecks are bigger and their travel is more comfortable. And you know what the most telling part is? Even with all this jealousy, even with players trying to diminish her impact, Clark still got named an all-star captain. Because at the end of the day, the fans decide who matters, not bitter players. You most.
DeWanna Bonner was brought in for leadership. She was brought in for leadership. And do you want to know all that these young players learned from her? If things don't go your way, refuse to show up, continue to get paid a max contract while you are sitting out, refusing to play.
She got benched. She couldn't handle it. I want out. She's not playing well. She's getting criticized. I want out.
What we're witnessing isn't just a sports story, it's a cultural revolution. Caitlin Clark isn't just playing basketball, she's redefining what it means to be a superstar in women's sports. Look at the evidence. Her shoes sell out in 10 minutes while others collect dust. She gets 1.3 million All-Star votes while the previous record was 96,000. Her teammate Sophia Cunningham's jersey sold out in 15 minutes just by association. Even injured, she's calling out commissioners and making headlines. Meanwhile, A'ja Wilson, the supposed face of the league, can't generate this kind of buzz with a full marketing campaign behind her.
Flawless, in the way that they're playing. I don't know if different is the word as much as they look even more connected. They're a team that was connected a year ago, but really the nuance of having each other's back on the defensive end, of knowing where your teammate's going to be, discipline to coverages, the connectivity that they have on the offensive end of the floor. I mean, the way that they move with and without the ball, the way that the ball moves makes it really tough to cover. I often say that offense is like a dance, and they are flowing, man. They are making music, and there's no doubt about it. So we have to try to be disruptive.
This isn't about basketball skills anymore. This is about star power, cultural impact, and the ability to move markets. And Clark is operating on a level that makes everyone else look like they're playing in a different league. But here's what really has the establishment terrified. Clark isn't playing by their rules. She's not being diplomatic. She's not staying quiet. She's calling out commissioners, exposing financial inequalities, and building a fan base that's more loyal to her than to the league itself. That's why other players are ranking her 9th. That's why there's jealousy. That's why this controversy is exploding right now. So here's the bottom line that nobody in the WNBA wants to admit. Caitlin Clark has transcended the sport. She's not just a basketball player, she's a cultural phenomenon. And every sellout, every voting record, every controversial statement proves that she's operating on a level that makes everyone else look ordinary. A'ja Wilson can have all the endorsements and campaigns she wants, but when Clark's shoes sell out in 10 minutes and Wilson's shoes sit on shelves, the market has spoken. When Clark gets 1.3 million votes and calls out commissioners, the fans have spoken. The controversy isn't really about jealousy, it's about power. And right now, in the WNBA, there's only one person who has it. That person is Caitlin Clark, and everyone else, they're just trying to keep up. What do you think? Are WNBA players really jealous of Clark's success, or is this just competitive basketball? Drop your thoughts in the comments below, and don't forget to subscribe for more explosive sports drama that the mainstream media won't tell you about.
Right before the main event, Caitlin Clark gets called for a foul here, and she runs over. She's like, I didn't touch her. I didn't touch her. And they're saying, well, look at it. We'll look at it. We'll look at it. We'll look at it. She's like, wow, look at it. And she's right. There's no contact made. She gets called for the foul. Watch this replay right here. Just no contact made.
Caitlin Clark gets called for a foul, and she runs over. She's like, I didn't touch her. I didn't touch her. And they're saying, we'll look at it. We'll look at it. We'll look at it. She's like, wow, what? Look at it. And she's right. There's no contact made. She gets called for the foul. Watch this replay right here. Just no contact made. Gets called for the foul. She tells the ref, she says, oh my God, watch it back after the game. Trust me, you'll see.
To the ground. Oh, she can't believe it. Oh, what the fuck? What? Are you kidding me? I just got fouled for not touching someone.
Yeah, I didn't touch it all. Watch, actually, you watch it right now. Look up, there it is. So that happened. They make both of their free throws, and then Indiana's got the ball, and it's the next possession right after. She doesn't touch someone and gets the foul. Then you got Caitlin Clark with the ball, banging around top of the key. Her and JC Sheldon just banging around, and then she's going to take a finger to the eye, and then gets bumped, and then gets sent to the ground. She can't believe it. What, are you kidding me? I just got fouled for not touching someone, and they just tore my eyeball out and banged me to the ground. This systematic targeting is forcing veteran WNBA stars to retire. Don't you dare change that channel.
I kind of got a little bit emotional, you know, to be at this moment in front of a sold out crowd, in front of all this attention, and to have that moment is just pretty special to me because, I don't want to say I deserve that, but, you know, I'm trying to be as humble as I can. But being around that long, I kind of feel like I deserve that moment. And for it to happen right then and there in this time period in my career, it was just, I don't know. I'm just so grateful.
Let's start with the elephant in the room. DeWanna Bonner, the WNBA's third all-time leading scorer, hasn't stepped foot on the court since June 12th. The official reason? Personal reasons. But league insiders are painting a very different picture. WNBA writer Rosalina Lee isn't mincing words. She believes Bonner is seriously considering retirement, and it's not just about age or injury. It's about keeping up with the new pace of play that Caitlin Clark has brought to the Indiana Fever. There are rumors she can't keep up. Clark's role has raised the bar. Older players must keep up or fall back. It's tough at this point in a career. Rosalina Lee.
And then what did you make of Sophie Cunningham's flagrant foul on JC towards the end?
It was a flagrant foul.
You think it's like defending Caitlin or defending the team, or how do you view just how it all?
I view it as a flagrant foul.
Wow, that's about the game too.
Yeah, well, I mean, you guys came for basketball.
Yeah,
Let's talk about basketball.
Yeah.
Come on now.
What do you think of just how you all were able to pull away in the second half, Caitlin, and
We're
particularly?
going to the Commissioner Cup Championship.
Let's
That's
go!
pretty exciting. Y'all want to talk about that? Let's talk about that.
Here's what makes this even more concerning. Bonner signed a one-year deal worth approximately $200,000, 0 cents with the Fever, played just 3 games, and then disappeared. Some reports suggest she's even wiped the Fever from her social media pages, though we haven't been able to independently verify this. The timing couldn't be worse for Indiana. With forward Damaris Dantas already on temporary leave from June 26th to July 8th, the Fever could find themselves dangerously short-handed if Bonner doesn't return or if they can't secure a replacement signing.
You want on the back or the front?
Oh God! Let me see the jersey. Turn around. All right.
To understand why veterans like Bonner might be feeling the pressure, we need to examine just how dramatically Caitlin Clark has transformed this league. The numbers don't just tell a story, they scream it from the rooftops.
She single-handedly delivered.
WNBA record. This is her second season. and you put the numbers together, it's like 10 seasons. That girl did it in 10 seasons. That means she had one a season. Caitlin Clark is... when Caitlin Clark gets to 10 seasons, she's going to have 100 of these. And y'all can't get a girl her roses. Now, I don't like the fact that she be getting woke because she don't want all these lesbians to be mad at. But at the end of the day, is the woman putting in the...
Before Clark, the WNBA was fighting for airtime. After her arrival, it became appointment television. We're talking about a one-woman economic stimulus package here. Let that sink in. One player sits out, and more than half the television audience for the entire league vanishes. This isn't just impact, this is complete market dominance. Clark has already achieved a triple-double and led the Indiana Fever to their first Commissioner's Cup final. Her shooting can be inconsistent, particularly from three-point range. She's gone 1 for 17 from behind the arc in her last 2 games. But her playmaking ability and leadership continue to set her apart. I mean, there's going to be stretches that are really good and stretches that aren't as good. Obviously, it's frustrating. You want them to go in. The challenge for myself going forward is just continue to pour into every other aspect of the game.
Walk me through your perspective on the flagrant foul and what was the point you were trying to make to her?
It's just a good take foul, you know? Either Angel gets wide open 2 points or, we send him to the free throw line. Nothing malicious about it. It's just a take foul. Every basketball player knows that.
But Clark's success hasn't come without controversy. What we're seeing on the court isn't just tough basketball. It's systematic targeting. Every game has become a highlight reel of hip checks, off-ball shoves, and aggressive closeouts that border on assault. The most egregious example? The infamous shove from Marina Mabrey that sent Clark flying with a full-body check completely disconnected from the play. It was a move you'd expect in hockey, not basketball.
I mean, is that displacement? I think it is.
Oh, and Marina Mabrey's going to get ejected. If the officials saw that, Marina Mabrey is going to get ejected.
Well, they're going to go and look at it.
Recent footage shows Clark getting poked in the eye during a physical matchup against the Sun that resulted in 3 ejections. The pattern is clear. Opponents have adopted a primary defensive strategy of seeing how much physical abuse she can endure before she breaks. What's most infuriating? Clark's reaction. She doesn't retaliate. She doesn't complain. She just gets back up and goes to work. But instead of being seen as professionalism, her composure is being interpreted as arrogance, which only fuels more aggression. Colin Cowherd summed it up perfectly. It's a horizontal, chippy league. Caitlin Clark is like kerosene to the physicality flame. They don't know how to officiate her. They don't know how to defend her. This is the worst she'll ever be. She's getting better, and they can't stop her.
The WNBA has arrived. Caitlin Clark's gotten really good really fast. It's like the end of year 1 for Michael Jordan or year 3 for Michael Jordan. She's gotten really good really fast. And you got to put a body on her or you got to double team her or she's going to embarrass you. She's shooting 33-footers. And what happened last night's a byproduct of that. This is what happened to MJ. She's number 1 and 2 in every offensive stat. She's hitting more threes this season than Steph Curry did in his first MVP season. And her game embarrasses you. So like men's basketball, J.C. Sheldon had the task of stopping the latest superstar in her basketball league. And this thing was chatty in the second quarter. It was chatty. They've got history. It was trash talking. And then in the third quarter, Sheldon poked her in the eye. Again, this is something we see all the time. They were on each other. They were talking. It was trashy. The superstar like MJ, unstoppable, poke her in the eye, and that's a flagrant foul, and it should have been a flagrant foul. And then Marina Mabrey, this is inappropriate, came over, knocked her over. Many thought she should have been thrown out of the game. Well, she did get a technical. It's a little bad boys Pistons with MJ. For the record, Caitlin Clark.
Perhaps the most damning aspect of this story is the response from officials and league leadership. While Clark is being treated like a human piñata, referees seem to be looking the other way. Blatant aggressive fouls are being ignored or called as common fouls, sending a clear message: it's open season. The WNBA front office, the very institution that should be protecting its golden goose, has remained deafeningly silent. They're quicker to comment on dress code violations than on the systematic targeting of their biggest star.
you've gained, I think, 500,000 followers and such, and your jersey selling. How cool is that for your?
Yeah, it's cool. It's funny what kind of people are attracted to. I'm just trying to keep the main thing. The main thing is that's basketball, trying to win games, sticking up for my teammates. And that's all part of it. I think all that stuff it's